Hello there, Hedge here. So, back in 2021, I had been keeping track of Team Fortress 2 cosmetic cases, knowing the yearly routine for Halloween. At the time, I was keeping track of the cases on my Twitch streams, until we finally reached October, and it dawned on me that I should try my best to teach people how to properly prepare for new TF2 cosmetics. TF2 cosmetics and items indeed are still a profitable economy to do buy orders for. I know that for a fact. So, on a Twitch stream, I did a big presentation just for that, which many people were appreciative for. So now, I figured, it's probably a good idea to also upload it here on my YouTube channel. Please don't be intimidated by the length of this video, because I'll be going through and explaining a lot of information I've learned and made good use of over the years. Right then, let's begin and send you back to October 3rd, 2021. Hello. So there, yeah. Hello there, I'm Hedge, and I'm going to be sitting here today discussing about Team Fortress 2, and more specifically, how to prepare for a Team Fortress 2 update. And this could also apply to not just Halloween, but it could also apply to the Smithmas events, the winter events that we now have. And if we ever do get a bigger update, it can happen for summer as well. But this mostly applies to Halloween. Today is October 3rd. We thought that we were going to get a Halloween update on the 1st of October. I'll quickly show you. So this is the Team Fortress 2 wiki. And if we just scroll down, we can have a look here. Now, last year we actually got the Scream Fortress event on October 1st, the TF2 Halloween event. And the previous year we also had it start on October 1st, but we didn't get the actual patch until the 10th. So me being optimistic, I thought, 2 days ago on October 1st when it was a Friday, we're definitely going to get the update. I'm looking so forward to this, and unfortunately that didn't happen. And it's definitely not going to happen on a Saturday and a Sunday. Valve doesn't do updates on Saturdays and Sundays. If you were to look at all the previous updates when they first came out, you will see that a lot of them tended to come out quite a bit late. But due to the recent formats that we've had, they've come out earlier and earlier. But yet, this time it didn't come out as early. I still reckon we'll get it coming next week that's just about to start. But, it hasn't happened. But what could you do to prepare for this? What could you do to make yourself a more prepared individual in knowing what to look for, in knowing what to be aware of, and knowing how to act and engage the update when it happens? Number one, keep an eye on your accounts. Make sure you have enough money to do buy orders with. And if you want to do buy orders, maybe you want to buy out things, but most of the things that we're going to be talking about today are buy orders on these new items. So I have two viable accounts that I'm going to be using for buy orders. That's going to be this account over here, which now has £1,012. So what I need to do is I need to be aware of this amount of money. I need to copy that. Grab, copy. Go back to here. So that was account number 4. Account number 4 now has £1,012. Now what's this 0 next to it? Well, there is a rule with Steam as a whole where you're only allowed up to 10 times the amount of current Steam wallet you have. That's the cap for how much buy orders you have. So as you can see here, I have £1,012, and my maximum cap would be £10,120. Now, what do you do to find out how much you can actually buy order with? So that would be checking on your buy order amount. So thanks to my Google extension, which is Steam Inventory Helper, it just straight up tells me at the bottom of my listings here. Just press refresh just in case, just to make sure I've definitely got the most up-to-date one. So I'll grab that, copy, go back here, put my amount here. Today is October 3rd. So when I'm trying to deduct this amount with this amount, I will then find out my buy order limit. That is the remaining amount of money I'm allowed to buy order with until I reach my current cap. We could do £10,120, take away 7989. I now have £2,131 to buy order with. That is my buy order limit. I now know how much money I can work with, if you know what I mean. Like, when we're going to be doing buy orders on many different items, unusuals, possibly taunts, we don't know what's going to come. But I will go on about that as this video goes on. But just be aware, just be prepared in what you have. Like, maybe you don't only want to use one account, maybe you want to use 2 accounts. So I have this account over here. Again, quite a lot of money. So 2 days ago I actually tracked that, and now my money's actually gone down. That's not good. So I have to keep myself up to date, and I have to keep myself aware of the amount of money that I can work with. 10,230, take away 9,440, and I have only £790 to work with. So what could I do to improve this? Well, I could remove some buy orders that I currently have, which I don't really want to do, or I could increase the amount of money this account has, therefore increasing my cap and increasing the amount of money I can buy order with. So the way I situate it is, what account is it, what's the date, how much money does it currently have, add a 0 in brackets just to keep yourself aware of the 10 times Steam Wallet rule, which is your cap. So my current Steam Wallet times 10, take away my current buy order amount, will equal to my buy order limit, which is how much money I'm allowed to spend until I reach my cap, my 10 times cap. You now are prepared in terms of your finances. What do you actually do now to prepare for a patch, a new update? This is where we start using SteamDB. SteamDB is a website that keeps track of all games that get updated. It will keep track of how many people are playing the games. You get the idea. But what we want to focus is when the game is updated. When you go on to Google, let's go here, SteamDB Team Fortress 2. As you see, the purple link, because I've already been on it. Here we are, ta-da. Just sign in through here and say, hey, you sure you want to sign in? Yeah, it's fine. So when you're signed in, you want to watch this game. So I'm already watching it. That's why it says only as unwatch if I want to do anything here. We have a little link here to the Discord, and you can actually join SteamDB's own Discord. And the way that operates is that once you go through all the process here, it's not very hard. Just listen to what it asks for. SteamDB is a totally honest, fine website and server. They are not going to cause a problem. Read all their rules, follow what they say, join up, and then you will be able to join their server, as you can see here. And when you first join, you are given the rules. You have to react to the games that you want to follow. So for instance, I'm currently following CSGO updates, and I'm currently following TF2 updates. Now reading the rules, they say all CSGO updates happen in CSGO updates, all TF2 updates happen in other updates. So just for example, Counter-Strike Global Offensive has had a recent operation update that came out about a week and a half ago. And there were a lot of pings, and then it sent out all the information. We knew what to do then. We just had to get out there and start getting our buy orders already and whatnot. And when the actual update, the actual patch pushed through, we engaged. So yes, it will ping you on Discord when an update is happening. And we have recently had some updates in TF2, but those were just like literally patches in terms of like just fixing some issues and whatnot, which is good. It's good to see because that means they're preparing to put in an actual update, the actual Halloween update. The event is going to happen. And when you notice TF2 has had an update, what do you do then? Well, on the actual SteamDB, the actual TF2 page for SteamDB, and click Patches. Click it or tab it. And what you'll see here is a list of all the recent updates that have come out, all the recent patches. And it will give you all the details. So for instance, let's look at September 17. It tells me they just made some simple changes, some changed files. Nothing's actually been added. But Let's look at a big content update. Let's look at last year's Halloween update, Scream Fortress 12. It literally puts to detail everything that's been added, everything that's been changed, and everything that you want to know. And then knowing the name of the case, I know the name of the collection. I also know the name of the Warpaint case, and I will then know the name of the Warpaint collection name. Just be aware, I need to warn you, the cosmetic case is a perfectly fine thing to buy order, but avoid buy ordering the Warpaint case. I buy ordered the Warpaint case last year and I lost a lot of money instantly because it instantly went down to 3 pennies. And if you are aware with your typical Steam stuff, 3 pennies is the lowest amount that you can sell an item for. So I have about 100 of these Scream Fortress 12 Warpaint cases from last year. And they instantly went to the cheapest possible price, so I lost a fair bit of money, unfortunately. So only focus by ordering the actual case of the cosmetic case, not the Warpaint case. But don't worry about that if you only care about the items. So, okay, where are the item names? Scroll down. Scroll down, you'll see some more information in regards to buffs, debuffs, changes to some certain items and whatnot. And you will see that we have all these items being added. Do you see all that? Now that you have the names of these items, so what you see here, do you see how I actually have all this prepared? This is actually my setup. This is how I've set myself up in preparation for this Halloween update. Thanks to Google Chrome, I can group things up. I can name things. Why have I named these things this way? So I want to show you now URL editing. So as you can see, I'm in browser. If I just take the name here, copy. Now, no matter what, so as long as you're on the TF2 section of the Steam market, if you just highlight just the name, you can either delete or you can just paste over that new name you just found for a new item that just got introduced. Enter. Voila. You now have a link to the destination of what that item is or where it's going to go. Now they're not going to appear immediately, but knowing the names, you'd have to type it in, paste, and then just keep pressing F5 and F5 and F5. You have to wait until the patch is actually being pushed for you to actually start seeing the items, because the item has to exist on the Steam market first for it then to be able to be seen and buy ordered. So I see this item, I quickly scroll down, I do a buy order. Hey, I want to buy it for 0.08 and I want to buy 1,000 of them. I can do that, and then I can just tick and then do a buy order. Ta-da! I'm done. Now, like I said, you won't immediately be able to see it. One thing you can also do is go back to the patch notes, scroll down. You can actually see the rarity tiers. So do be aware, some of the items that get added are going to be Halloween restricted items. They're a different thing. What we want to know are the wicked. In this instance, this particular instance, we wanted to know what the Wicked Windfall collection was. We have the rarity here. Let me just scroll. The rarities are here. So this is the blue tier. This is the purple tier, this is the pink tier, and this is the red tier. And I'm pretty sure you understand that this isn't as rare, this is a bit rarer, this is rarer, and this is the rarest tier. If you know what tier each item is, you'll have a better idea of what you want to buy order them for. There's also the if whether or not these hats are multi-class or all-class. Those details affect how much these items are going to cost. That's a fact. So, when I know all the names of these items, maybe I want to just focus. So I'm going to have to keep going back and forth. So, paste. And then I've got to go back. And I've got to go grab this one. Because remember, not all of these are going to immediately show up. See how that can be a bit tedious? Well, there's an alternative. See how this now shows up. When you get an item that actually shows up, you can just middle mouse click or right open a link to new tab. That will actually take you to the very same page. But what you can do is you can, because you see all here, it's all here. All the names of the items are here. I could just copy, go up to the URL, paste, ta-da. And don't you worry, you can do it for every single item. Now you can also just type in strange space, ta-da. So now you can also just simply edit in the strange and start searching for strange. If you've already done a buy order on the unique version, then you want to start searching for the strange. And if it's a headwear, if it's definitely a hat, there you go. So unusual. So just be aware of that. Make sure you haven't got any typing errors, some mistakes. Everything is capitalized. So unusual glow from below. I now see that. I could do a buy order. Imagine if I was doing this whilst the update had just come out. I would be the first person to get onto that and make a buy order. So that's how that works. Now, maybe you can't do that. Maybe you don't want to be sitting there doing URL searching or edits and whatnot. So that's that method. But alternatively, you can search specifically. Now, if you know the name of the case, you will know the name of the collection. Now, this isn't going to appear immediately, but when it does, it will appear in this search. So I am on here, the TF2 Steam Market section. And if by clicking collection, scroll down, oh, there you go, there's the Wicked Windfall collection, and then search just that, and now I see it all. Now, in the beginning, you are not going to see everything. It's slowly going to start appearing. All the uniques, all the strangers, and then all the unusuals. And then the strange unusuals. This can be a whole lot more convenient for you. Like just tab, tab, tab. Oh yeah, now I can do the buy order. Buy order, buy order. Oh, now I can do the buy order. Buy order, buy order. You know, you can just do it all that way. For a lot of people, that's a lot more easier to do. The problem is, URL editing is faster to see the item. You're more likely to see the item appear here than you are going to see it appear here. I have seen delays of up to a few minutes before. That happens. It's up to you. I personally like to do the editing. I like to do a bit of both. If I want to search for a specific item, I will edit it and keep looking for it. But sometimes you just have to quickly look here and just see if anything else has popped up, because you might not be fast enough. And there's been situations like that where it's happened to me before, especially with the unusuals. So okay, so this is just a collection, but now as you can see, I'm prepared. Don't worry, that's something else. I'll talk about that in a second. See how I have unusual already prepared? So I just had to search Wicked Windfall. I only have to search for the collection, and now only the unusuals are showing up. Here's just the strangers. Wicked Windfall. Oh yeah, I've already searched for it, so it's already there. Commando, so that's purple tier. I only want to see the purple tier in Wicked Windfall collection. Bam. And then there's pink, and then there's red tier. So you should have a good idea now how you can search specifically, like here, or you can simply edit in the URL. Just get a good idea. You read the patch notes. You go over here. You can search individually or specifically, or you can paste in the URL, make a new tab, paste in for the new ones. If you get one that shows up, you can just read all the names, copy, paste, move on, copy, paste, move on. It's up to you. You have to figure that out. Now, you're going to probably sit there and say, well, what do I offer? And I made a mention of, well, you need to make considerations on the grade, and you need to make considerations whether it's a single hat or a multi-class hat. How might you get yourself informed what these hats might be? Well, this is where we make a move to the workshop section. I just remembered, I actually have a video of me. I have a video of me engaging the summer 2021 cosmetic case when it first came out. So here is my page, twitch.tv hedgesn, and I have videos here So select that. I have it as a highlight, so go down to here. Now to search specifically for my TF2 content, just type in Team Fortress and it will come up with the option, so click that and you can see a selection of my videos. Now I've done many videos just discussing certain things and bits and bobs. However, the specific video for the Summer 2021 cosmetic case is here, so you can click that and it will appear on a tab, or you can just select it. And as you can see here, here is my video. It's literally just me streaming when the case first comes out, and you can see how I've approached in looking for items. So I specifically searched for a key, got the first buy order down for the key. That was a decent bit of money. And then as you see, as time goes on, I start looking for the items. I URL edit, I search specifically. Right now you can see here I'm searching specifically. I've just seen an unusual. I wasn't the fastest to get to there, but I still did a decent job getting there fast enough. If you can get there fast enough, as time goes on, you will eventually still get your unusuals. But if you want to get there and be the fastest, then of course that's that's a different story. You want to be there to be the one who gets the buy orders first, like the cheapest buy orders. So yeah, that's that. Hedges in on Twitch. If you want to, that's if you want to see someone like me doing everything I've just explained. So now we are on the workshop section. So if you're on Steam, let's say if you're on the store, here we are. Go community, go down to workshop. Go to the search for workshop and type in Team Fortress 2. So this is the TF2 section. So notable things that you want to look at are the accepted section, and you also have the ability to, if you hover over browse and it'll say which things you want to look for, you want to search for items. Now this is showing me every single community made workshop item that has been pushed through by community creators. So people like me and you and everybody, we can have a look and we can upvote it and say, yeah, I like this, I want to see this in the game. This applies to war paints, unusual effects, cosmetics, taunt unusual effects, taunts as well. I mean, you've got a whole list here. There's a whole list here that you can search for. When a patch has just been launched, you want to have a look at the accepted section. So as you can see here, these are all the Summer 2021 cosmetic collection things. These are your cosmetics, your unusual effects. But if you look at the likes of the Winter 2020 collection, we have unusual effects, we have taunt effects, we have cosmetics, and we also have war paints. With war paint, it doesn't tell you the names of the war paints that have been added. That is just something they do. You are not going to know the names of the paints that have been added. How are you going to find out? You've got to check the accepted section. More specifically, which is the point I was making earlier, you will want to see what are these hats in terms of, are they multi-class, are they single class? So this is a medic only hat. A single hat, a hat that's only for one class, is going to be cheaper. Whereas a hat for all the classes, that's better because it has more value to it. You can use it for many different combinations, many different classes. You have more uses for it. Whereas a hat that's just for one class, you'd have to really want it, or you're just stuck with it. Just quickly checking through the accepted section, you can get yourself a bit more knowledgeable in terms of how much you want to put down for the price of these items. There might be some very silly things that people want. There might be some very memey things that people might want. Yes, I know. Okay, so here's a good example. Here's a silly tie set that comes in many different combinations. That was actually in demand. That was a bit more expensive. That was only a blue tier cosmetic, but because it's a tie, which is a very unique sort of cosmetic, we don't really get many of those, there was an extra special demand for that. And then we have the silly spy crab hat. Yes, it's a single class hat, but it's a very silly sort of meme hat, because of course spy crab is one of the silliest memes that we get from TF2. You now probably want to see my justification for what I've just said. So now I just pointed out that the elf care provider and the killing tree were single class. Well, you yourself can see that they are cheaper than the all classes. So single class, all class, single class, single class, single class, single class, all class, single class, all class. I can't remember that one. Sorry. Single class, all class, all class, all class, all class, all class, single class. You get the idea. The all classes are more expensive in terms of the unusuals. It would apply a little bit to the uniques and the strangers as well. That's true. But when we're talking about unusuals, which is probably going to be the item that you're going to make the most money out of when you're doing buy orders, this is the necessary information that you need to be aware of. All this applies still. This all applies in terms of TF2 in general when an update happens. You want to be aware of the items. You want to be aware of what is all class and what isn't. And you want to know how much money you want to put down to have better success in buying the item and selling it for a nice profit in the future. What else can influence the price? As you can see here, we have grades. And grades are... they're like tiers. So if you're aware of like Counter-Strike, the grading system in TF2 actually just straight up came from CS:GO. So now we can do trade ups. So you can trade up 10 blue items and potentially get a very nice purple item, or 10 purple items to get a pink item, or 10 pink items to get a red item. But they also have specific names. So blue is mercenary grade, purple is commando grade, pink is assassin grade, and red is elite grade. But just for convenience, I just call them red, pink, purple, and blue. The way this works, the rarity of getting these hats and these war paints, because war paints follow the same grading system. Let's say I open 156 cases. 125 of those items are very likely going to be blue tier. 25 of them are going to be purple tier. 5 of them are going to be pink tier, and 1 of them is going to be red tier. So you might realise each rarity is 5 times more rarer than the previous one. That's how rare some of these items can end up. And that applies to war paint and hats. The tiers affect the prices because they're more rarer. Now you're going to ask, hey, wait 1 second. Where do all these graded things come from? Cases. Ta-da! So yes, we have cosmetic cases and we have war paint cases, but you want to focus cosmetic cases for this. All cosmetic and taunt cases will grant Halloween 2020 unusual effects instead of their normal unusual effects during the event. This does not include crates. Each case has default unusual effects, and some of the new ones have some special ones. All the default effects get replaced with the new Halloween effects. This is why I was like, okay, this is what's special about Halloween. Loads of people invest in cases, and as time goes on, and as we reach Halloween, the price of these cases go... Sorry. They rise up in price. I just realised on camera it's probably gone the wrong way, so it's going to go... Is that better? Yeah, that's better. It's going that way. It's going upward that way. So cases go up in price leading up to Halloween, because if we get some very, very good special Halloween effects introduced that are picked from the TF2 workshop, if some very good high tier or god tier effects get added, then there's going to be a more incentive for people to open cases. And if more cases are being opened, then the quantity is going to go down in those cases and the price is going to go up. Knowing this, Halloween, during the Halloween event, that is when it's the best time to open cases. So let me just go back to here. So remember earlier, I was talking about that you have to learn about the names and edit them. You have to do specific searching just for war paint. But we don't know the names of everything. You have to go back to accepted items. And you have to look for the war paint name and then edit it in. And that can be a bit too time consuming. Specific searching is what I normally do. When it comes to taunts, and when it comes to unusualifiers, if we do possibly get a new taunt, it will say in the patch notes a new unusualifier with those taunts. So let's say it's like the star jump taunt. So your character does a star jump. Wonderful. There will be a star jump unusual fire. So as you can see here, I have the Schadenfreude unusual fire listed here. Let's say if one of the new ones was the Man Robix. So you can see that Man Robix is right there. I know the name. It hasn't appeared on the market just yet. I can just type in Man Robix. So you want to make sure that you get the whole of all of the name and type in Man Robix. You have it ready and prepared, and you can do your buy order and you have it ready. Now it's not going to appear immediately, but you have to keep pressing F5 and F5 and F5 until it eventually appears. And if you're one of the first people to jump in and get a buy order on it, you're going to get all the cheap ones that appear like so. See, one of them sold for £2.20 when this is currently a $60 item. Great, isn't it? So when you get new unusual fires added, where it says there, has a chance to give a taunt unusual fire as a bonus item, there's an even more of an incentive to open these cases. Return of investment and estimated value. So let's go back to over here. Cases. How do we get these items? As you can see here, there are cases that are more valuable than others, and that is because these cases have better return of investment potential and they have better estimated value potential. Right, so there's all that. So when the update happens, you've got your Discord there. You get some alerts. You quickly have a look. Oh wow, TF2 update. So you quickly go to the page. You go to patches. Go to the most recent update. In this, hypothetically, it's Scream Fortress. See all the names. Get them all. In your head. You know, you can start searching for them through here, or you can start searching specifically for them. Keep an eye on the accepted. Have a look around, try and see all the effects that are added. You know, try and get a good idea of what hats are added. Are they single or multi-class? Where are the war paint names? And you will know how to engage with either URL editing, specific searching, war paints, potential new taunts, and potential new unusual fires. Remember, you can always just search specifically. But do yourself a favour, have a look around in the workshop, look at previous collections, get a good idea of like the values of certain items. If you don't know the previous collections, just go on Team Fortress 2 patches and it will tell you the major ones, and all these major ones are when we had a big update. See the collections that they had and then search for them. See the value of these items, realise what grade they are, what type of hat they are, multi or single class, and yeah, you're prepared because you understand what to value these items at. And that is that. And now is the end. So I thank you very much for being curious enough to watch it all the way through. Like I said at the beginning, the process for this preparation can be used for all TF2 content updates, but Halloween is the most notable every year. As I end now, I thought it would be appropriate to end with a little montage of the TF2 Scream Fortress update release on October 5th, 2021. So, my apologies if I look tired, as it updated later at night for me. Regardless, try your best by ordering and investing on hats and cases in the future. Best of luck and have fun trading. Drunken Sailor. Okay. New taunts. Crimson. Yeah, it's good. This is beautiful. This is a great update in terms of what they've added. It's cool. Alright, I don't know what's happened now. I think I've fucked up. There you go. But 100. No. And just like that, gentlemen, he's done it. He's bought the unusual fire. Nobody else ever goes for them, but I know a certain someone who does. Bare knuckle beat down, what's that? Sugar taunt. Bad about that. But I'd rather be truthful with you. You're wasting your money. Every unusual fire I jumped into first, other than the scout one. The scout one wasn't one I was following, unfortunately. I didn't realise, but I put my hands up and I said, you know what? Take it. Scout unusual fires and scout taunts don't do very well. That's a trend I've noticed, and it doesn't surprise me it wasn't on my radar. So yeah, that happened. So yeah, those are all there. So I managed to buy this unusual taunt table tantrum, with one of the new unusual effects for taunts, Cavalier Descartes. Bought that for 37 pennies, and today I've just sold it for £15.66. That's easily like $22. Easy money. So yeah, that's why I do buy orders. That came out of nowhere.